God, am I glad you guys weren't here yesterday instead of today, because Nick and Cassius quit yesterday, so the good thing they came back today. I'm excited about that, but go ahead.
Is that one of those things with those guys that you needed like a day to just kind of clear heads to?
You know what? In all honesty, I mean, what you'll, it's just it's so hard to explain to everybody, but, you know, my relationship with guys has been, I guess you could say adversarial. I think it's unique. And when I say unique is, you know, I don't mind if a player gets mad at me because I get mad at him. And the respect factor is I understand that if it goes too far, then I do what I got to do, you know. And I mean, you know, that night Nick was awesome, to be honest with you guys. I mean, he was upset. I mean, Nick was frustrated. He's getting double teamed. He's getting double teamed a lot. He ain't the greatest guy at handling those kind of things yet, but that's part of the growth process. I can show you texts that night it was, he even wished me safe travels the next day. I thought he'd hope I'd drive off a bridge or something. So, and then Cassius is, you know, my only thing with Cassius is I think he's made such enormous progress. I don't want anybody to go back. And you know what? You laugh at me as some of you may, but you look at what happened in college basketball the last couple of days. There's a lack of focus, and there's, you know, and too much noise. And those two things I'm just going to try to keep out the best I can.
For those of us that have been around as long as we have, Tom, this happens with almost every player at some point in their career, and that's okay. I mean,
in my program, it does.
Well, it's just like people saying, "Oh, a kid's mad at their parent. Oh, something's." I mean, it can get over exaggerated.
Do you guys really want to do something off the record? Go call Steven tonight. You can no, you can do that on the record. Okay. Ask him how mad he is at me. Let me see. It's the phone, the car, homework. That guy hates me 90% of the time, you know, but I love him to death. And just like Nick and Cash, love him to death. And, you know, I saw something when we got to the arena. We had a great day of practice. We had a great day of the day. It's just a sick feeling, you know. It's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to analyze it. And so, did I push the envelope a little bit once I saw that? 100% yes. But it's, I tell you, it's hard to keep guys focused in on what they got to do for a long period of time. And that was a game we couldn't lose. You know, we couldn't lose that game. So, you know, when I say honestly, I mean, you guys talk to them, and you know me, I don't tell them what to say. So it was nothing. It was just, hey, come back to earth and figure out what you've been doing so well and continue to do that because it's been successful for you.
Is this the time of year where you have to fight that kind of
yeah. Judd Heathcote, rest his soul, always used to tell me that, you know, it's the finals and Christmas time that are the hardest, you know. Who wants to take finals? None of you guys did. I didn't. And Christmas, who wants to be up here practicing in that when everybody else is home, you know? So those are the two times that I think are the most difficult as far as keeping guys focused in that way. Now, if you're winning and you're doing well and there's everybody around, sometimes those times are hard to focus in on because everybody's yapping at you. I mean, students and everybody else. So, as I told you, the one thing that I will say with this group, they're as experienced as you think on handling those kind of things. I mean, you know, when Miles wanted to play out in Portland, and I said, you know, I don't know, you know, the second day even, and I said, why you want to play? You know, I might only play you a few minutes, might hurt your average, might do this. I just want to win. I want to win a championship. I haven't won one yet. Kind of a cool thing. I say, you're in. You know, I mean, I changed that immediately, but that's, this group's still got a lot to learn and a lot to realize how to handle some of these things, and so do I.
No offense moving past the Nick situation. Judd said to me once that one of the best things that happened in their national title year was when they lost to Northwestern.
Yeah. He
said they thought they could show up in the gym and beat anyone.
Yeah.
Luckily, you didn't lose to Rutgers. Yeah. But could there be a silver lining in that they're getting the hint, okay, you got to show up.
Always a silver lining when you can make a point and win.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to be Judd if, you know, I'm not ready to lose a game and then feel that accomplishes. I'm trying to avoid that before those things happen, if they're under our control, you know. And trust me when I say this, we didn't come out and just not care. I mean, but if you remember, a turnover right away, not running the court, just the things that you see. So the good part is we showed him the film. We explained to him on the airplane ride back home, and yet we still, played against a team that's very physical and tough. I asked the guys at Notre Dame. I was on the road last night. What happened? I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. We just lost a little concentration. We did this, did that. So I want to make sure that if we lose, it's because we get beat, not because we lose concentration.
That's one of those coaching moments now, too, keeping the guys focused after seeing 3 of the top 10 go down this week, right?
Yeah, that should be, if our guys would stay off Twitter and off their phones, and because they aren't looking at scores, they're looking at what people say about them, they would see that those teams lost. I got to tell them because that's just the way it is now. But I think that was a little eye-opening to them on some of the things that happened against some of the people it happened to. I mean, Kansas losing in Kansas City is not the norm, and Florida losing 2 in a row at home is not the norm. So, there's going to be a lot of, I don't know if they're called upsets anymore because there's so much parity, but I thought a couple of those games were upsets.
With having 2 Big Ten games out of the way right now, talking about silver linings, what is that? Is there a positive for you guys to take from that, having conference play kind of underway?
Well, what blew my mind is when my assistants told me on the way home, there's only, we got 2 games in and there's only 3 teams undefeated. I mean, that's bizarre, And, but I do think only having 16 left would be good, except we're cutting it a week early, so we really didn't accomplish a lot. But I'm feeling good. We're one of the 2-0 teams. I'm also, as I look ahead, which I don't let myself do very often, but I also see 6 of the last 9 games on the road in February, being home twice. So it balances out. I don't think we accomplished the world, but you got to win road games. You got to win your home, but you got to win a lot of road games, and that was 1 road game down.
I was talking to Todd Simon about this opportunity. He's obviously pretty excited to be coming back. How did that come about? I mean, you guys could have picked somebody with a higher RPI and all that stuff, but a local kid coming home.
Yeah, Todd, we recruited some guys from him, and more recently, of course, Gavin, when he was there, and he coached Ben a little bit, and he is from the area, and he's a great guy, and we could have, and yet, I look at their team, and interesting team. I mean, he's done a pretty good job. Nobody knows where anybody is anymore, Graham, because those RPIs are, there's so many transfers now that even the magazines don't pick them all up.
He's got like 8 new players.
Yeah. I mean, and some of them from pretty good places, So that's what's difficult right now for us, and that's why I told my guys today, we got to worry about our opponent and know what they're doing. But we got to start worrying about us. We got to get sharper on the things we worked on tonight, the setups, the screening, coming off them. We got to get, Michigan State's got to get better, and if Michigan State gets better, I like our chances against some of these teams.
How long have you known him? Obviously, Finley Prep days.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. I mean, I knew him a little bit before, but 4 or 5 years. To me, he got screwed at UNLV and everything that happened. But he's a good coach and a good guy, and players liked him. So that part of it's cool.
Tommy, are you able to focus on yourself? Schedule stretches out a little bit here, not as compacted. Are you able
well, we are a little bit. We gave him yesterday off. Today we went actually kind of light. Tomorrow we'll go hard, and then we got that unique thing of having finals coming up. And we did go through the schedule today, and as always happens, half of them waited till Thursday and Friday, and so that makes it a little more, delicate on what we do because we think we need some practice time. So we set it up. I think it's going to work out great for us. We got to get through this game Saturday, and then I think those next 5-6 days, I think we're pretty set on what we're going to do unless some final changes or something. And I think we're going to be able to practice during the day, which means we'll be able to go on the road at night recruiting.
Kind of going back to Nick, how do you think the other guys handled that situation? Because I think Miles afterward was talking about trying to do that leadership component that he wants to work on.
Yeah. As I said, I will just say this. There's been a lot worse incidents for me with Nick. But I think Nick has come as far as, I mean, Nick and Cassius have made the most improvements in the things they had to do, their bodies, their conditioning, their strength. Nick's so much better on ball screens normally now, you know. Nick's got to work on the mental part of Nick, you know. He's got to work on not getting so angry over things, you know, and you can laugh, but I had to work on that too, and you probably say you still should. But, I mean, early on when we played Michigan, you know, I swear I lost those games for us because didn't handle him very well. He's learning how to deal with, and the double team thing, it bothers him. I don't know why it bothers him, but I think it frustrates him, and we got to do a better job getting him the ball too. We saw some times that we didn't get him the ball, so that probably, you know, angers any big guy a little bit. But I swear to you, by the time we got home, that airplane ride home, it was like shut the switch off, and he was 100 miles an hour. And cash is cash. There's no problem there.
Yeah, I thought Miles handled it really well too, as a leader.
Well, you know what? That's good then. I didn't know. That is good because, you know, they got on him a little bit, but nobody made it a big deal. And I don't know what they said when I left it, but that's good. I mean, those are the things that are going to make us better in the long run, you know. And that's all I care about, getting better every day. Some of it will be basketball, some of it will be mentally, and some of it will be, you know, how we deal with different things that are going to get thrown at us. And we got to get good at that because we're going to get a lot of things thrown at us. Probably not going undefeated, so we're going to have to deal with a lot of things.
I wanted to ask you real quick too about Aaron.
Aaron?
Harris.
Yeah.
So where's he at, Tom?
God, you know,
I didn't recognize him by hair.
Yeah, I know. I told him, I said, once you get out of my program, you let yourself go to hell. But it's the first week that he really worked out with us. A little bit, I shouldn't say a little bit last week, but now he's almost going full go. You know, it's pretty exciting. I mean, it's almost freakish how his athleticism looks the same, you know. I mean, like Dawson, he's a freak as far as the injury goes. And I'm just keep telling him, take it easy, you know. The goal is that he's ready to go by Christmas. So that's 2-3 weeks away, and then hopefully he's off to some league or doing something, you know. But that's why he wants to get these 2-3 weeks of work with us. It's been great. I just absolutely loved having him around.
Coach, you got to see him